Morning, everybody. Welcome to everybody to our first ever UFC press conference in the city of Krakow, and our first event, which will be held on April the 11th, 6 weeks from now. We're very pleased to have you here, and I'm delighted that all of you could turn up, and also a special welcome to Paweł Hershey from the Polish Mixed Martial Arts Federation. Thank you for your support.
Chciałem Państwa wszystkich serdecznie powitać na pierwszej konferencji prasowej z okazji pierwszej gali UFC, która odbędzie się w Krakowie za 6 tygodni. Dziękuję wszystkim za przybycie. Chciałbym też serdecznie powitać pana Pawła Hershey'a, sekretarza generalnego Polskiej Federacji MMA.
So I'm absolutely thrilled to have on stage beside me Mirko Cro Cop, Błachowicz, Gabriel Gonzaga and Jimi Manuwa, our main and co-main fighters for the event on April the 11th. As you know, Cro Cop and Gabriel fought each other back in 2007 in Manchester in what was one of the most memorable fights ever in UFC history.
Tak samo niezmiernie się cieszę, że towarzyszą mi tutaj dzisiaj 4 zawodnicy na liście największych gwiazd UFC. Błachowicz, Jimi Manuwa, Gabriel Gonzaga i Mirko Cro Cop Filipovic. Jak Państwo pamiętacie, Mirko Cro Cop i Gabriel Gonzaga zmierzyli się już w 2007 roku w Manchesterze.
So after a 3-year absence, Mirko rejoins us to fight in the octagon against Gabriel on the main event, and I'm sure this is going to be another memorable fight, and actually one that no fan of mixed martial arts should miss on that night. Also Błachowicz will be fighting Jimi Manuwa in the co-main. Again, a very, very exciting light heavyweight fight, and two of them making their mark in the division.
Także 11 kwietnia w głównej walce wieczorowej ciężkiej zmierzą się ponownie Mirko Cro Cop Filipovic i Gabriel Gonzaga. Są z nami także Błachowicz i Jimi Manuwa, którzy będą walczyć w drugiej walce wieczoru w wadze półciężkiej.
So Jimmy is one of the brightest prospects that there is in the light heavyweight division, unbeaten until his last fight in London against Alex Gustafsson, and looking to make his mark on. And then Jan, Polish superstar, former champion of the country, and one that the fans would desperately want to see him come out and support on the night.
Także Jimmy jest jednym z najbardziej obiecujących talentów w UFC w swojej kategorii. Był niepokonany do października ubiegłego roku, gdzie pokonał go Aleksander Gustafsson. Natomiast Błachowicz, jak Państwu wiadomo, jest super gwiazdą polskiej sceny MMA i na pewno jest zawodnikiem, którego wszyscy z niecierpliwością oczekują, żeby zobaczyć go właśnie w walce na polskiej ziemi.
So, big thank you for the 4 guys for turning up and being here to take your questions later on in the conference. It's going to be a fantastic night. It's going to be an amazing stacked card. We've got the main and co-main. We've also got 6 Polish fighters on the card. So 6 people from the country fighting in their homeland on the UFC for the first time in history. We actually have 12 fighters from around the world, from 12 different countries, fighting on the card, and there will be 6 different weight divisions on the card.
Także jeszcze raz chciałem podziękować naszym szczerym obecnym tutaj panom za przybycie na tę konferencję. Jestem przekonany, że gala w Krakowie to będzie fantastyczny wieczór. Mamy 6 zawodników z Polski, 12 zawodników z 12 krajów, którzy będą walczyć w 6 kategoriach wagowych.
And also an historic event in itself. So for the first time ever in a UFC Fight Night, outside of what we've done in TUF, we will have 3 women's bouts on the card. So the first time ever in history in the UFC, 3 women fights.
Poza tym po raz pierwszy w historii gal czy imprez UFC będziemy mieli w programie walk 3 walki kobiece.
So for those of you who are eagle-eyed and sharp of ear, that means that we've got one more fight to announce. So I'm pleased today to announce women's strawweight bout, just exclusively for you guys. You're the first to hear this. Is Russia's Alexander Albuk will fight Poland's Isabel Baradek.
Na pewno ci z Państwa, którzy są bardzo spostrzegawczy i mają dobry słuch, zorientowali się, że w związku z tym nadeszła kolej, żeby oznajmić, że będzie jeszcze jedna walka, więc z przyjemnością chcę poinformować, że jeszcze dodatkowo będą walczyć w kategorii słomkowej dwie panie, Aleksandra Albu z Rosji i Polka Izabela Badurek.
So with that, we'll open the floor to questions. Please get your questions in. We will not be doing one-to-ones after the press conference. We'll go straight to an open workout for photograph opportunities. So open to the floor for questions. Thank you.
Także teraz oddaję Państwu przepraszam, głos na zadawanie pytań i chciałem poinformować, że jest to jedyna okazja, żeby zadać zawodnikom pytania, gdyż nie będzie później takich sesji 1 na 1, jeśli chodzi o brygady. Później będzie od razu otwarty trening, który będzie można fotografować.
I have a question for Mr. Filipovic. How many fights you have under this contract with DC?
How many fights? It has nothing to do with this present fight.
Another question for Mirko. Is it a coincidence you were re-signed for this event in Poland by the UFC?
Is it
a coincidence you were re-signed by UFC for this event in Poland because it's close?
I guess. It has nothing to do with this event. I was suggested to fight here against Gabriel, and that's it.
And did you dream about this rematch? It's pretty surprising you received it. And did you maybe had some, I'm sorry for the question, some nightmares after the way it happened?
Well, I'm not a kid anymore to have dreams about it. Definitely, this is one of the fight I really want to have. This rematch is definitely on top of the priorities. I would like to have one in the UFC.
One more for Błachowicz. Polish or English? Okay. Okej, zdaje się, że pojawia się ksywka Witcher, tak? W tym wypadku, czy będziesz jej trzymał, dlaczego nie w Johnson, która już tak się przyjęła?
Bo to dziwnie brzmi, Jan John Błachowicz. Dziwnie, ale Witcher nie, no Big John, ale to nie jest ksywka, którym ktoś nadał, czy ktoś nadał, czekam na nadanie. Ja lubię Witchera i byłoby fajnie, gdyby zostało, ale nie jest zależne od tego.
Okay.
I have a question for Gabriel Gonzaga. Gabriel, you have 2 losses straight. You will fight Mirko once again. Please tell us what you need to prove in this fight against Krakow.
I need to keep winning if I want to keep fighting. UFC, everybody know how it works. If you lose, you're out. And I will train hard for this fight and to win this fight. That's the point.
Czy ja mogę, ale ktoś chce?
Tak, ja.
Damy pytanie do Janka, jakie widzi mocne strony Manuwy?
Z typowym strikerem, silnie bijącym, znaczy są jego najmocniejsze strony. Stójka i odpowiedzialny.
To jeszcze tylko pytanie o przygotowania do walki. Czy będziesz, jak zostajesz w Polsce, czy bierzesz za granicę? Jeżeli zostajesz w Polsce, czy uważasz, że jest różnica w przygotowaniu motorycznym i poziomem? Tutaj już można spokojnie w Polsce się przygotować tak do granicy.
Inaczej. U nas tutaj w Poznaniu jest taki poziom i taka ekipa się zrobiła, że naprawdę nie trzeba wyjeżdżać, także do tej walki na pewno zostaje w Polsce i trenuję w Poznaniu. Może na tydzień gdzieś typowo sparingowo wyjadę, żeby się tak odmłodzić od jednego miejsca.
Okay. Ja tak przetłumaczę te. I'll just translate the 2 questions that were asked. First was the question to Mr. Błachowicz. What he regards as the strong points of his opponent, Mr. Manuwa. So Mr. Błachowicz says that he's a typical striker. And the second question was whether there's going to be a special sort of preparation that Mr. Błachowicz is going to take, whether abroad or is he going to stay in Poland for preparation. So the answer is that the conditions now that they have at the club in Poznań are so good that there is no no real need to actually go abroad to some special training center. It's just that maybe, this is what I said that before the event, you will probably go for a week just to sort of chill out a bit and relax.
I have some questions. Janek, wiem, że pewnie mi tego nie powiesz, ale jak widzisz swoją przyszłość dalej w tak uciężnej UFC?
Okay.
Czy się skupiasz na tej walce?
Przepraszam, zawodnicy, bo naprawdę nie słychać. Do mikrofonu, jak mikrofon, proszę.
Okay. You're probably not going to answer that question, but I'm still going to ask it. How do you see your future in the light heavyweight category, or do you sort of focus only on this one fight?
Ja skupiam się tylko na tej walce, moje myśli nie biegają dalej.
So I only focus on this particular fight. I don't really think ahead.
I ostatnie pytanie odnośnie tematu dopingów UFC szczególnie. Czy uważasz, że jest problem i czy trzeba z nim walczyć, jeżeli tak dalej mocno?
Okay, the last question, Mr. Błachowicz, do you think the doping is a problem in UFC, and do you think it's going to be in any way fought or opposed, and if yes, how strongly?
Wiadomo, że jest problem, bo paru zawodników jest złapany, ale UFC sobie zaczyna podwyższać kontrolę i ja jestem z tego bardzo zadowolony, że będzie tej kontroli więcej i mam nadzieję, że wyczyszczą ten problem.
Obviously there is a problem because some of the fighters have been caught using doping, but UFC has imposed stricter inspections and controls in place. So I personally am happy to see that because it's going to be better for the whole discipline.
If I can jump in there on that as well. Not sure if you got the opportunity to watch the press conference with Lorenzo Fertitta, Dana White and Lawrence Epstein last week, where we announced new moves and new requests to commissions all around the world as to the procedures that we want to have in place. I think that as the UFC, we've actually come out in the forefront, and we've come out with a leading step above all other organisations that there are in mixed martial arts. And we're putting in place, and we're requesting that the commissions follow a standard that we actually set ourselves when we self-regulate in countries. So as an example, the fight here in Krakow on April the 11th, every single fighter on that card will be tested before the fight. On the night of the fight, 6 fighters will be randomly drawn, plus the main card fighters. So another 8 fighters will be tested on the night. So we have an absolute no-tolerance policy for any drug abuse or any drug testing or any drug enhancement.
Okay, nie wiem, czy miał Pan okazję oglądać konferencję prasową, która się niedawno odbyła między innymi z udziałem Lorenzo Fertitty, gdzie rozmawialiśmy o tym, że zwróciliśmy się do komisji czy organizacji MMA na całym świecie z pewnymi wnioskami, żeby właśnie dążyły takie procedury, których my w UFC używamy sami, żeby w ramach wewnętrznych regulacji walki z dopingiem, z używaniem niedozwolonych środków. Chciałem zaznaczyć, że mamy tutaj politykę absolutnie zero tolerancji dla takich praktyk.
But sir, how it will work in Poland? Do you try to collaborate with Polish labs or something about that?
Yeah, we have a team of people who work in the UFC who their sole job is working with laboratories, working with referees, working with doctors, working with medical associations here in the country. So we will bring in a whole team of people to ensure that everything is to the standards that we set. And it's not something new. This is something we've done all around the world. We've been in Sweden and we work very closely with the Swedish Mixed Martial Arts Federation, who are the commission. And it's one of the things that we want to make sure that we can implement in every single country. And that's why we work closely with the Polish Mixed Martial Arts Federation to ensure that they become a sanctioning commission over time and to see how we can do that in the future. But yes, we will do it ourselves at this point. We're setting the standard.
I have another question to Gabriel Gonzaga. Gabriel, will you shape this belt for fight with Mirko?
Sorry?
Will you shape your belt to fight with Mirko?
Yeah, if I'm happy with that, yeah, of course. That's a fight with one of the best of the world, and fight against a guy that had so many knockouts, always danger. But that's why I'm here. I'm here to fight, to show my skills, and prove that I am here to get win and keep going. That until I have another title shot on the line, and with one guy that had this big name, that's even better. So good.
It's maybe some misunderstanding, but I asked you if you shave your beard for a fight with.
If I'm gonna shave, yeah, no, maybe I don't know. It's really cold. It's really cold.
Especially in Poland, yeah.
So yeah, I live in Massachusetts, so it's really cold over there too. So maybe, let's see. I was just comfortable with that.
Maybe this beard will bring you a luck in this fight.
Yeah, hard work is the luck. Yeah, don't.
Not bad.
You need to be prepared to do whatever the fight comes through, and the luck coming. But if you're not prepared, doesn't matter the luck.
Jimmy, you're sitting so quiet, so I'll ask you a question. You're a big boxing fan, so please describe us Jan Błachowicz boxing game.
I haven't seen a lot of his boxing game, and that, but you know, fights MMA, and it's not boxing, so you know.
Tomasz Majewski, Fight Sport. Ja mam pytanie do Janka Błachowicza. Janek, jesteś wielką polską nadzieją na sukcesy w wadze półciężkiej w UFC. Powiedz realnie, jak myślisz, ile walk dzieli Cię od tego, żeby dostać taką szansę, jaką dostał Anthony Johnson?
Okay, I have a question to Jan Błachowicz. Jan, as you know, you're the great Polish hope of MMA. How many fights do you think you are apart from the opportunity that Anthony Johnson was given?
Przynajmniej mówiłem, że nie wybiegałbym dalej niż za tą walkę, ale najlepszy scenariusz, jaki sobie tworzę w głowie, to po tej walce jeszcze dwie i tą walką pas by się naprawić.
Okay, so as I said, I don't think I had at the moment, but the best case scenario that I imagine would be that after this fight, I'll have 2 more fights, and then I'll be up to fight for the title.
Okay, I got one question for Mr. Filipovic. Did you ask for this revenge, or it wasn't your idea?
No, I didn't ask particularly for the revenge. It wasn't my idea.
Okay, and question for Mr. David Allen. What about potential to deal with Polish TV? Something changed in the last weeks, or still nothing new?
Well, I don't know what you know, so maybe there is something new. So, the fight at this moment in time will be on fightpass.com, available to fans all around the world in 147 different countries. That's the first thing. So it's a huge fight that will be spread, you know, to thousands and thousands and millions of households all around the world. In our negotiations with the television companies, we're in advanced discussions with 2 separate companies at this point in time. We breach of confidentiality if I was to name them, so I'm not going to name them today. But we're at an advanced stage. We hope to be able to do something pretty soon, but if not, that's okay as well, because all fans can see it on fightpass.com.
Okay, thank you. So I will ask a little bit more. Maybe you want to tell me something more. You wanna show in TV all cards or just the main events?
We're open to any different ways, and we've worked with TV partners all around the world that, you know, maybe the prelims are on Fight Pass and the main card is on the television channel. We've also done where we have the whole card on the television channel. We've also done different ways where one channel will have the main card and another channel or another station will have the prelims. So there are many, many different options that we're trying to work through at this moment in time. But the one thing that we want to ensure is that all Polish fans get the opportunity to see this fantastic night. The best way to see the fantastic night is to buy a ticket. Tickets go on sale in the morning.
The question from Mr. Allen. UFC travels to Poland, but there are a lot of rumors that the UFC will happen in Russia. When it's going to dream comes true with Russia, UFC?
We're working with a number of different partners to try and bring an event to Russia. It's not very simple to just stick a pin in the calendar and say that's the date we want to go to Russia. There's a lot of things that we have to do. The first thing that we tried and is working really, really well is we've signed with the state broadcaster, Russia 2, as a channel. And the fight on January 24th, is Davison against Johnson. That was the first broadcast in the Russian market. So we reached over 55 million people that night, saw the UFC in Russia for the first time live, which was fantastic. The second part of it is we've got our calendar and our schedule laid out for most of this year. Most of the dates are pretty firmed up. So it's pretty difficult to try and work a date, the fighters, a venue, and you've got to try and get them all to land on the same place. So we're working very hard on trying to do it. If it's not this year, we'll work very hard to try and do it for next year. But Russia is a huge MMA community, and it's somewhere that we would absolutely love to come to, whether it's Moscow or St. Petersburg. We'd really like to come and reward our fans by putting on a fantastic event, similar to the event that we're putting on here for the first time ever in Poland. You guys are never happy. You keep asking me when we come to Poland. We come to Poland, then you're asking me when I go to Russia. So I think what we're trying to do this year, what I'm saying to you is, we're going to a couple of different new markets this year, Poland being the first. We'll then go to Scotland, to Glasgow in July. So that's 2 new markets. We've been to Stockholm in January already, and we will return to Berlin in June. So we're trying to reward the countries that support us. We're trying to enter new markets. It's just an ongoing process. We want to get there. We'll try hard. Keep supporting us.
I have another question from Mr. Filipovic. It's not your first visit in Poland. You were with Igor Jurkovic when he fought at KSW, and there are rumors that you didn't enjoy that journey to Poland. It's true?
Can you repeat the question, please?
It's not your first visit in Poland, because you were here with Igor Jurkovic when he fought at KSW.
No, Igor Kratz.
Igor Kratz, sorry. But there are a lot of rumors that you didn't enjoy your visit in Poland for the first time. It's true?
Says who? It was a great time. I remember it was in Warsaw, and we had a great time there. I don't know where you get this information.
From internet.
Internet. No. Warsaw is a great city, and I really had a nice time. And I remember, I was there on the day of my birthday. It was 2005. I can remember. I had a great time. I don't know where you get this information.
It's rumors.
Oh.
Okay, question for David Allen. There's a rumor about another rumors everywhere. About another female from Poland, Karolina Kowalkiewicz, who just her contract just expired with KSW, and the rumor says she's on her way to UFC. I don't want you to redirect me to matchmaker, so tell me what you know, please.
I don't know anything of that. It's Sean Shelby looks after our women's division. Sean signs the best fighters, and I think Joanna's fighting for the world title. With a Polish fighter entering into the octagon with an absolutely amazing chance under the new UFC. So since Lorenzo and Dana bought the company in 2001, this could become the first European champion, which is a great thing in itself. And as we announced, we have a new Polish fighter just joined us this week, which is fantastic, and Isabella coming on the card specifically in the Polish division. So you keep producing the fighters and keep giving us those problems. They're beautiful problems for us to have. So keep pushing them out there.
Do you wait for translation? Yeah?
I really don't know. Originally, David said that if the questions are going to be asked in English, he's going to reply in English, and I don't need to translate that. Anybody needs translation, or just let us know.
Okay. Another for Gabriel Gonzaga. Why do we see, you're a Jiu-Jitsu black belt, why do we see so little of Jiu-Jitsu? Why?
I am black belt since 99, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So 15 years, 16 years of ground game. But also I train Muay Thai since 2000. So I have a long time training stand-up skills too. And MMA is not self-defense. It's a sport with rules. As a self-defense, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, in my opinion, is the best martial arts in the world because you have time to defend yourself on the ground and stay there for as long as you need it. But on MMA and UFC rules, if you stay down with no activities too long, they're gonna bring you stand up. So you need to have stand-up skills to be able to fight on MMA. And it's not that simple to put the ground game too, because today everybody knows Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu on the high level game too. So you need to put the other guy down and apply your Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And if you try that all the time and the guy just trying to avoid there, he want to win the fight by controlling and stand up. So that's not the case right now. So you need to have a good time to apply your game. Frank Mir is a big example of that too. So it's a really good Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu skill and just one with a stand-up skill. That's all.
And another one for Poster Boy. Hi. I think you fought 4 times in England. Now it's a Polish event. Do you prefer to fight here in Europe, or you're looking forward to fight in America?
I don't mind where I fight. It's Poland's not too far from England, and that's so wherever the UFC puts me to fight, then I'll fight.